Hi and welcome to I Love Mondays. I'm Angela Ambrosia and welcome to the final part of where we look at monogamy and other loves. So today we're looking at words, and words in particular to how they relate to commitment and saying that you're going to commit to one person. In terms of monogamy, there is often an unexpressed, implicit expectation that you're actually going to commit. Certainly, if you get married, there is the vows where you say, I do. But in other relationships where you actually haven't established that that's what it's all about yet, there is that unexpressed expectation that you are going to be monogamous or commit or make the effort to keep this person as your main squeeze or your main person. So with words in monogamy and relationships, it can be quite subtle, the influence of words that are unexpressed. So words that we have in our minds can have quite a powerful impact on the relationship. So for example, if you're in a relationship, you've got to a certain stage where you've been together for a period of time, there's that expectation that the person's going to be monogamous to you. And it may not be discussed, but in your mind are all these words saying, yes, that's what is happening here, that's what is expected. And the words start to play on you. Why? Because we've had generation after generation saying these things and thinking these things. And they're literally thoughts that you grew up in as well. In our society now, things are changing a little bit because not everybody is raised in society where we think monogamy is the be-all and end-all or the only way, but it has been for thousands of years. So it's a very strong expectation. And when you do get to the place where you actually do commit to someone and say, yes, this is what I am going to give to you, those words also become a very strong statement. So anytime that you have a relationship and you don't live up to the expectations of your partner or the words that you say to your partner, what begins to happen is a wearing away of certain things that you've actually expressed. So the words that you say in relationship are very powerful. Words actually create the nature of the relationship, the conditions, the boundaries. And if your partner has a different point of view of what your words mean, it actually starts to destabilize not just the relationship, but the actual integrity of yourself and your partner. Because then your partner can go into cycles of thinking, well, didn't they say this? And doesn't that mean that they want to be with me? And does that mean that we have this in our relationship? So the words in a relationship can be very powerful to destroy or create certain experiences in the relationship. So let's look for a sec about the words that are used to create in a relationship. When we use words to express what we want from the relationship, what we want to do with the relationship, they also can start to manifest new things in the relationship. It's like initiating a new energy or a pattern. So that is really important thing to understand. Words are not only things that we hurt with. The first thing to experience with words is that they actually create. They actually instigate and inspire. And too many times, because as we've seen in the other parts of monogamy and other loves, we're too stuck in the hurts. We're too stuck in feelings that we might have. We're too stuck in actions that we didn't do. We're too stuck in a feeling that we're not inspiring enough or sexy enough. And we don't actually see how words can totally create a new space. So if you ever get stuck, one of the key things is to just see, okay, what am I feeling? What's coming up here? Is there something that I feel like they haven't done, or I didn't do, or I'm not sexy enough, or I don't feel so confident in this area. I don't feel like they really want me. So acknowledge what's going on and then consider what could be some language to tell yourself. If you get into the power of words, you have more power to actually change your self-talk than anything else. If you just get stuck in the feeling, you're going to be stuck. And there's a repetitive cycle of feeling. We're built that way through our emotional brain, through our body storing the emotion, through our memories never letting go of stuff. So words have a power. That's why we love songs. That's why we read books. That's why we are inspired by poetry. They take us into a new space. And we often, as people, underestimate our ability to play with words, to come through with words that can begin to explore what could be for me. If change is to be, it begins with me. So your words are actually conduits and tools to shape the relationship. And you may be shy with your partner. And just remember that the shyness is just another aspect of any hurts or feelings of insecurities. I'm not this enough, that enough, whatever enough, that you're stuck in. So underestimating what you can do with words. This is my friend Bobby here, who I use a lot of words with, even though Cats may not understand English. She seems to understand my tone. So the other aspect going on to tone is, how do you use a tone in your words that shares your heart with your partner? Now, if you have had hurt words, the first thing to do is to just feel the hurt that you may have caused yourself or the other person. And the next step is to actually express your request for forgiveness or say, I'm sorry. Either will do. Anything will do if you wish to just have that shift in the connection. And your tone of voice speaks louder than words, but your words are going to be the vessel. And what I've found in relationships, that I'm pretty hopeless with words, more so in the past than now, because I'm so stuck in fears. So the first thing I do is actually get into my heart. If I'm ever going to reshape my words with my partner or bring up something that I'm unsure about or insecure about, I need to connect to the heart and find the words from that place. Not necessarily think about the words, but find the heart space, as we do here on I Love Mondays, to actually generate the tone, the sentiment, the energy that I'm bringing to the words. So that's what we're going to do right now. And anytime you may have the hurt words, it's a very strong thing to do rather than trying to think what you're going to say. Your brain will probably do that anyway. But step into the heart space and feel what it is that you are sorry about, what it is that you wish to create. If you only focus on sorry, it's nice and it's a very important step. But if you can also feel like, well, this is the new space I want to take us into, or take me into, if it's hurt words that you're saying to yourself, this is where you actually create the new language and the new energy through the feeling behind the words. And again, I just don't worry about what I'm going to say. I focus on the feeling, because the words will come even if you have to really slow down. And that's a good strategy, because it actually makes you look like you feel bad if you're trying to communicate with your partner. So if they can see that you're really trying to find the right words, that can also help you give the space to feel into your heart and allow the words to come. Don't worry about looking like an idiot. Worry about how are you going to create the new space. And that space is going to come from the heart. So let's look at just what's happening for your heart right now. You can close the eyes, bring your hand to the heart, feel the warmth there, or whatever temperature you're feeling there, just noticing the energy. And then bring some breath in and allow the breath to expand into the heart cavity or the chest area. So that chest area fills up around the heart and allows more space around the heart. And straight away we're going to use the gold light, which is the higher wisdom and higher consciousness of love itself, but also wisdom. And the golden light represents wisdom that allows you to see more of anything, more of yourself, more of what's going on in your relationships, even the world. It allows you to see more and ask questions and gain insight. So see the golden light in the chest area right now. As you breathe in, it's expanding and filling you up. Filling up the heart, the chest, the back of your chest. So just allow the breath to play with that heart center. So as you're expanding with the breath, you can even play with taking the breath outside the chest and the heart area, outside your physical body into your field. See where you want to take that golden light. How big do you want to go? Stay within your room at this time, because we're focusing more on you and your relationships with your dear ones. So notice how you still have that golden light in the center of the chest, and how it can expand all the way into that sphere of energy around your body, the body field. And then firstly, we're going to look at words that you say to yourself that you know keep you isolated from those that you want to love. What are the words you say to yourself that keep you isolated from those you want to love? And just notice how you might feel when you consider those words, any places in the body where those words impact or live. And use the golden light to surround the words or that place in the body or that feeling. Literally shine that golden light onto them. It's almost like you're burning or combusting the words. And at this point, as you're burning the words, just ask for the feeling that you would prefer to have in your heart right now. It could just be a sense of freedom or peace, love. So again, with that golden light in the heart, feel that new state that you wish to experience in your heart right now. And as you feel that new feeling that you wish to experience in your heart, consider one word that expresses the feeling, just one word. Keep it simple. The heart is excellent at keeping it simple. And now we're going to take one person in your life and just consider how your words make them feel. It could be positive, it could be negative, whatever comes to mind. The first person that you wish to consider with your words, how your words can inspire them, move them, or maybe your words can dampen them as well. We tend to do both with our loved ones. So at this time, just consider how your words impact that loved one. And you may have a time or a moment that you can remember speaking to them. Notice, if you can, in that moment, how your body looks, your face, how you feel. And if the other person is very visual for you or present, how does the other person feel? And what does their face look like? What sense do you have of the other person? So just review. Just see. And if at this time there's anything that you would like to ask for forgiveness, sometimes we're not ready, but if you're ready, ask for forgiveness. You can even forgive yourself for those words that may have changed the nature of the relationship or hurt the person or hurt yourself. Ask for forgiveness. It doesn't matter if you're not ready, just what feels right now. And again, with the golden light, see that golden light in your heart, the light of wisdom and higher consciousness, helping you to see. Feel again that space that you wish to create in you and with that person. Could be different to the first time. Just feel the heart space, what you'd like to feel here with that person. And allow the golden light to expand that feeling. With the breath, you could even start to move the feeling throughout your entire body, or just where it needs to expand into. And at this point in meditation, if you wish to send it to the other person in the image, you can. But then see that person fade away and come back to yourself, feeling that heart space that you wish to share. And again, just find one word for the feeling. It can be the same as the first feeling. What is that word that helps you connect to that heart space? So you can remember both words now. That first word that you wish to connect to when you talk to yourself, and now this word that you wish to share with another person. And lastly, we're going to look at monogamy. It's a fairly dense word because it has a lot of social pressure and history. But feel the word monogamy in your heart space and just consider, if you had a positive understanding of it that you would love to create in your relationships, what's a better word or a word that captures the feeling of monogamy for you that you wish to share? This is much more powerful than expecting your partner to do what you want or be what you want? What is the feeling that you wish to create in a relationship when you consider monogamy? Feel the feeling in the heart, and again, find a new word that actually fits your formula of what a relationship that is monogamous feels like. What's your word? Keep it simple, one word. And again, just take a note of that word. So breathing in, feeling that heart energy, and take your awareness all the way from the top of the head with the breath and all the way down the body into the feet, grounding yourself in your body. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. So take a moment to write down your words. And when you have those feelings as well, the words will help you reconnect to the feelings, but the feelings may also come to you without the words. So as you practice connecting, feeling the heart, asking questions, the feelings become clearer and clearer to you. And that's how in relationship you become more empowered and able to share and communicate what you're feeling. So this is I Love Mondays. I'm Angela Ambrosia. Thank you for joining this series on monogamy and other loves. We'll continue looking at love relationships, much more from the point of view of soulmates and going deeper. Thank you for joining. Having a beautiful, blessed day and week.